Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Sports Pass with me, Deepika. In the next half an hour, we're going to bring you all the latest news from the world of soccer, cricket and a lot more. Let's begin with the top headlines of the hour. Joselu helps Real Madrid produce a spectacular comeback against Bayern Munich to reach their 6th Champions League final. Manika Batra storms into quarterfinals as she beat world number 14 Nina Metalham in straight games. And Royal Challengers Bengaluru to face Punjab Kings today in IPL. In another big update, Mumbai Indians loses out of the playoff race as Sunrisers beat Lucknow in latest encounter. First up, let's start with all the updates from Indian Premier League. Punjab Kings will take on Royal Challengers Bengaluru in the 58th match of Indian Premier League 2024 in Dharamshala today. Even if not as the favourites, both teams will look forward to prolong their playoffs contention when both of them meet on Thursday. Punjab is coming into the contest after a reverse against Chennai Super Kings, while Royal Challengers Bengaluru registered a 4-wicket victory in its previous match against Gujarat Titans. Royal Challengers Bengaluru, after a dismal start, has mounted a remarkable comeback, securing 3 consecutive victories and climbing to the 7th spot in the IPL 2024 points table. And 5-time champions Mumbai Indians have been eliminated from the Indian Premier League 2024 playoff race after Sunrisers Hyderabad thrashed Lucknow Super Giants on Wednesday. Now, inconsistent Mumbai Indians had to rely on the other team's results to keep their playoff hope alive, but it did not last long as Sunrisers Hyderabad crushed its alongside Lucknow Super Giants in Hyderabad. Helped by heads 89 not out of 30 and Abhishek's unbeaten 75 of 28, Sunrisers reached home in just 9.4 overs. Earlier, Ayush Badoni's unbeaten 50 carried the KL Rahul-led side to 165 for 4 in 20 overs. For the Super Giants, Badoni and Nicholas Pooran pushed them forward after they elected to bat first. And to discuss more on this, I am joined by DD India Sports correspondent Narayan Singh. Narayan, a very good evening. Now, when we talk about Mumbai Indians knockout, how do you assess this declining graph of the former champions, Narayan?
Definitely, if we talk about the Mumbai Indians who won the coveted IPL trophy 5 times, they became the first team to be out of the IPL. So all in all, if you talk about this team, the way they started and throughout the tournament, they never looked like the team they used to be. First of all, the change of captaincy when Hardik Pandya was become captain of this team, it was looking like that he will do something miracle for this team. Again, they will vie for a trophy, but it never looked like Hardik Pandya was have some good decisions and doing a better captaincy. But we can say that the decisions backfired, especially in matchups. The way Virat Kohli and especially the Rohit Sharma, the way he has done with his captaincy, we could not repeat that thing. And in many occasions, we saw that he was. We can say that he was not in terms with other members of the team, especially when we can say the match against Chennai Super Kings, he bowled the last over, despite of the fact that Akash Madhwal has 1 over left, and in that over Dhoni hit 3 towering sixes to Hardik Pandya, and the margin of the win was 20 in that match. So many decisions in another match against Gujarat Titans, when we saw that the Gujarat Titans bowler Rashid was there, he should have went there. Instead of that, he sent another player. So all in all, these factors mattered, and apart from that, if you take a look at their top order, especially the Rohit Sharma was also not in top form, and Ishan Kishan was also not in the top form. So their batting was also not firing this time in the IPL, and they are heavily relied on Jasprit Bumrah for the bowling. So multiple factors for that, and as a team, they were not looked as a unit.
And tonight, if we talk about today's match, Bengaluru will be up against Punjab Kings. Well, both of them are indeed rallying at the bottom of the points table. So what can we expect from today's encounter?
Deepika, today's encounter, which team will lose the match will be out of the contest and become second team after Mumbai Indians to crash out of this tournament, and the winner of this match will have slim hopes to be there in the race of playoffs. So all in all, a do or die clash we can say between the two teams. But right now the way RCB is playing in the first half of the tournament, especially in the first matches, they were looking a different team, and in the last 5 matches they played a different type of cricket, especially because of their captain Faf du Plessis is back in the form. In the last 3 matches he made 2 50s. That too was a different, and their top 4, especially the Faf du Plessis, Virat Kohli, Rajat Patidar and Will Jacks are in the form, and the way their top 4 are firing, definitely it is helping them. And in the first 6 matches, if we take a look, their run rate in the power play, it was around 8.3, and in the next 6 matches it rose to 12.3. so this is a major difference, the way they have started scoring in the power play, and that's why they started got their winning matches to the back to the track, and that's the reason. All in all, it's going to be important match for both the teams, because not only for the winning, but also it helps to keep their pride high.
All right, thank you so much, Narayan, for joining us and bringing us a rounded perspective on IPL matches, as they are at a very crucial stage considering the playoff race. Now, Australia batter Travis Head has decimated bowling attacks in the Indian Premier League this year, but he tempered expectations ahead of next month's 2020 World Cup in the West Indies and United States, where turning the tracks could make it tougher. Sunrisers Hyderabad batsman Head has scored 533 runs in 11 IPL matches so far, with only Virat Kohli and Ruturaj Gaikwad above him. But Head said his blistering form on flat Indian wickets would not automatically translate to similar pyrotechniques elsewhere. Moving on, Manika Batra continued her dream run at Saudi Smash as she beat world number 14 Nina Mittelheim to book her spot in the quarterfinals in Jeddah on Wednesday. Manika followed up her stunning second-round victory over world number 2 Wang Man-yu by beating German Mittelheim by 11-6, 11-9, 11-7 in 22 minutes to reach the last 8 stage at this level for the first time in her career. This is Manika's first ever victory over Mittelheim in 4 meetings. She will face Japan's Hina Hayata, world number 5, for a place in the semi-finals. On to hockey now. Hockey India has announced the 24-member men's squad that will take part in the upcoming FIH Hockey Pro League 2023-24 season to be held in Belgium and England. The Belgium leg will begin on the 22nd of May and end on the 30th of May, while the England leg will commence on the 1st of June and conclude on the 12th of June. India will play against Argentina, Belgium, Germany and Great Britain twice each across both the legs. India will begin their campaign against Argentina on the 22nd of May. India currently plays 3rd in the points table with 15 points from 8 matches. Taking charge of the team will be captain Harmanpreet Singh. Meanwhile, dynamic midfielder Hardik Singh has been named as his deputy. The goalkeeping responsibilities will rest with PR Srijesh and Krishna Bahadur Pathak, while the defensive lineup includes Jarmanpreet Singh, Amit Rohidas, Harmanpreet Singh, Sumit, Sanjay, Jugrat Singh and Vishnukant Singh. Now, 14 Indian wrestlers, including Aman Sehrawat and Deepak Punia, will battle it out for the Paris 2024 Olympic quotas at the ongoing World Wrestling Olympic Qualifiers in Istanbul city of Turkey. There will be 3 Olympic quotas on offer in each weight category at Istanbul from the 9th till the 12th of May. The 2 finalists in each division will obtain the Olympic quotas for their respective countries. The 3rd spot will go to the winner of the playoff bout between the 2 bronze medalists in the weight categories. So far, India have secured only 4 quotas in wrestling for the Paris Olympics, and all of them have come in women's wrestling. Moving on to soccer now, Real Madrid showed they remain Europe's comeback king as they reached the Champions League final with a dramatic 2-1 victory over Bayern Munich in the semi-finals. Real has progressed to a remarkable 6th Champions League final in 10 years and they will bid for a record-extending 15th title against Borussia Dortmund at Wembley on the 1st of June.
War of nerves, Real Madrid showed steely resolve to produce a spectacular comeback against Bayern Munich to reach Champions League final. Joslu's late double rescued them from the brink of elimination to reach the summit clash with a dramatic 2-1 second leg semi-finals win.
I consider myself to be one of many. At the end of the day, I think the whole squad has had an incredible year in every aspect. I think we all arrived at this point of the season in incredible form. It was clear that the match was going to be very difficult. If a Champions League semi-final isn't, then what is it? I think we really deserve it.
Alphonso Davies smashed the visiting German giants ahead in the second half, but record 14-time winners Madrid produced a sensational comeback with Joslu netting in the 88th and the 91st minute. Bayern Munich were left fuming following a late offside decision against them.
I think it's pretty clear and cannot be, in my opinion, any doubt that it's against every rule of modern football what happened there. The first big mistake is from the linesman. He did it in an action in the overtime with Alphonso Davies. He did it also. He raised his flag straight away when we switched side to Alphonso Davies. I don't know if it was offside. I got a strange feeling. To raise the flag in a situation like this where you can never be sure that this is offside. To have the balls, to have the guts, to raise the flag in a situation like this is a huge call, and it's a wrong call.
Real, who were better than the side throughout the game, piled on the pressure with Vinicius Jr. tormenting the visitors down the left channel. Real Madrid manager Carlo Ancelotti hailed the club's success in the Champions League as something magical.
It's something magical. There is no explanation for it. Bearing in mind that we played well, I think it was a difficult, complicated match. We had chances, control of the match, and then we were strong enough not to lose our heads when they scored, and little by little we got back in the game. I think it's obvious for me to say thanks to the fans, to say thanks to the club, and especially to the players who have done something this season that nobody expected, myself included. I did not think this squad was capable of doing what it has up until now.
A 4-3 aggregate victory sealed Real's progress to a remarkable 6th Champions League final in 10 years, and they will bid for a record-extending 15th title against Borussia Dortmund at Wembley on June 1. Sports Desk, DD India.
Real Madrid snatched a last-gasp Champions League victory at home over Bayern Munich to make it to the finals in London. DD India's Ollie Barrett reports.
So we now know which teams Wembley will host on Saturday, June the 1st, and it will be Real Madrid against Borussia Dortmund. Real Madrid going for their 15th European Cup, showing again their pedigree in the Champions League tournament. The second semi-final was dramatic. It did look as if Bayern Munich were going to clinch an unlikely victory and head through to the final. Then there was that controversial substitution off of Harry Kane by the Bayern manager Thomas Tuchel, and after that a couple of goals for Real Madrid in the 89th minute and the 92nd minute from Joselu. So no English sides in the English-based Champions League final at Wembley on June the 1st. The English sides very upset indeed that none of them have made it to that final at the showcase destination of English football. There will be English interest though, of course. Jude Bellingham will play for Real Madrid unless there's an injury in the intervening period. He's hoping to cap a extraordinary first season as a Real Madrid player with a Champions League title to add to the La Liga title that he's already secured with the team. And for Borussia Dortmund, Jadon Sancho having a terrible season from his perspective at Manchester United, sidelined by Man United boss Erik ten Hag, back to his old club Borussia Dortmund on loan, and now he is into a Champions League final. Real Madrid, you have to say, will be favourites on Saturday, June the 1st, when we get to Wembley. Carlo Ancelotti, the manager of Real Madrid, despite having so many glittering sides over the years, says that this is the best squad he thinks that he has ever had. And as I say, as a result, his Real Madrid team will be favourites here in London on June the 1st. Ollie Barrett in London, reporting for DD India.
It's now time to take a short break on DD India Sports Pass, but still to come on the other side. Rafael Nadal, who's likely to retire after the season, looks forward to the French Open and Olympics this summer. An Olympic flame lands on the French soil amid tight security.
How bad is climate change for us Indians? And 80% of our population lives in districts that are at risk of climate-induced disaster.
It is a concrete structure. It is a groundwater tank. So they collect the water, store it. When they go deeper, after 10 feet, they used to get the saline water.
We are now at a much warmer. So the 1.2 degrees Celsius of warming means that every single heat wave is now hotter, longer and more likely.
What people need to know is when is it going to start raining? When is it going to stop? If we provide this information, people can make their plans accordingly.
Wherever news breaks, whatever it takes.
Connecting corners, cutting across continents.
Stories that matter from across the globe.
Accurate, authentic journalism that serves you right. From politics to glamour, from sports to world affairs, with a fusion of aesthetics and substance. Introducing news in a new avatar. Experience the world through a new lens. Stay tuned to DD India for an exciting journey beyond borders.
Welcome back after that short break. You're watching DD India Sports Pass with me, Deepika. Staying on soccer, AS Roma's coach Daniel De Rossi said his team needed mental strength for the Europa League semi-final second leg match on Thursday against Bayer Leverkusen. Roma lost the first leg by 2-0 against Leverkusen side, who are on an extraordinary 48-match unbeaten run. They not only ended Bayern Munich's 11-year Bundesliga reign, but are also through to the German Cup finale on the 25th of May. Leverkusen were knocked out by Roma after a goalless draw in the second leg of the Europa League semi-final last season, losing the match 1-0 on aggregate basis.
Within their 47-match winning streak, many teams took risks to try and defeat them, and many teams played well against them. Even in the Europa League, they risked going out to try and win. And we go back to saying the same thing as always. We really need to play the perfect match because they are such a difficult team to go up against. To be perfect, to be careful, to be strong mentally, and to be patient and have lots of heart, on top of everything else more strictly related to football.
Meanwhile, Leverkusen head coach Xabi Alonso showed no signs of complacency. Alonso described the situation as dangerous.
It's
a dangerous situation. The result of the first leg doesn't matter. A goal can quickly change the situation and the mindset of a team. So we are preparing to play well from the start with a good mentality and good concentration. We want to be aggressive, we want to control the game well, and of course we want to defend well as a team. But we expect Roma to come out very concentrated and with the hope to win.
The napkin upon which Lionel Messi signed his first ever unofficial Barcelona contract went up for sale on Wednesday, and the bidding has started a whopping price of $275,000. The world-famous napkin and its lore has been shared numerous times throughout the year, but collectors now have the opportunity to get their hands on the extraordinary piece of history. The sale closes on the 17th of May and is expected to raise between 300 to 500,000 pounds. Messi helped Barcelona win 35 titles in his career. Moving on to tennis, the 22-time Grand Slam singles champion Rafael Nadal said that he hopes his body will allow him to keep playing as he looks ahead to the French Open and Olympics this summer. The 37-year-old Spaniard, who has said he expects to retire after the 2024 season, returned to competition in Brisbane in January after almost a year sidelined with a hip flexor injury. Speaking in Rome ahead of his Italian Open match, Nadal said he still enjoys playing tennis but has to manage his body carefully.
I am happy doing what I am doing. When I am talking about retirement, it's not because I am not happy anymore playing tennis or not because I am not feeling myself competitive enough. That's not the case. It's about the body was not able to play weeks in a row, was not able to allow me to practice and enjoy the practices in a diary basis. All the matches are tough for me today and difficult and more unpredictable than what the matches used to be for me, especially on clay. But I accept that role, I accept that challenge, and I am excited about the way that I can be able to play if I keep working the proper way and my body allow me.
Japan's Naomi Osaka looked comfortable in her opening match as she beat Clara Burrell on Wednesday to go through to the second round of the Italian Open in Rome. After a close first set, four-time Grand Slam champion Osaka ran out a 7-6, 6-1 winner over her French opponent in a match lasting just under an hour and a half. It was Osaka's first victory over a top 50 player on clay since defeating Victoria Azarenka at the 2019 French Open. It is also the first time that Osaka is playing in Rome since 2019 when she reached the quarterfinals. Osaka will face Marta Kostyuk of Ukraine in the second round. Luciano Darderi edged past Canada's Denis Shapovalov on Wednesday to earn a place in the second round of the Italian Open. The 22-year-old Italian ran out of the winner by 6-7, 6-3 and 7-6 in a match lasting 3 hours 9 minutes. He will face Mariano Navone of Argentina next. Darderi is joined in the second round by Thiago Monteiro of Brazil, who beat a French veteran Gael Monfils by 6-2, 7-5 to set up a meeting with Jordan Thompson of Australia. The Olympic flame landed on French soil amid tight security on Wednesday, firing the starting gun on a summer extravaganza of sport. The flame arrived in Marseille after a 12-day trip from Greece on board the Pelham, a 128-year-old three-masted tall ship. President Emmanuel Macron hopes the sport will now showcase the splendors of France and burnish his legacy. The torch was brought to land by France's 2012 Olympic men's 50 meters freestyle swimming champion Florent, who handed it to Paralympic athlete Nantine Keita. She then passed it on to Marseille-born rapper Jul, who lit the cauldron in front of an ecstatic crowd estimated at 150,000. French rider Benjamin Thomas outsprinted his breakaway colleagues to win the fifth stage of the Giro d'Italia on Wednesday. The four-man break escaped the peloton after the final intermediate sprint of the day with 80 kilometers left to ride. Thomas is a two-time Omnium and Madison world champion, and his track background helped him in the breakaway. Pietrobon had to settle for third place, with Denmark's Michael coming in second behind Thomas. Tadej Pogačar still holds the overall lead. And that's all for this edition of DD India Sports Buzz. But let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. You can connect with us on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram. We'll be back here with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I am Deepika Mehto, and from all of us here in New Delhi, thank you so much for watching DD India Sports Buzz. Namaskar.